Hey, y'all. What's going on? Make sure we situated. Now, we're going to hop right into this interview, y'all. I have been messaging her back and forth with the guest that's going to come on. I've been messaging her back and forth. And we decided to go ahead and do the interview today. She booked for today. So we're going to hop in. And, yep, she just came on. I see her. All right. Go live. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Good. What's going on?
Man, just landed back in Atlanta this morning. I'm just moving around so much. I'm excited to be, on this live with you, being able to finally speak to you. I know we've been going back and forth in DM for the
Yeah.
past couple of months. So
Yeah, I saw your story. I was like, wait, she leaving or coming back? I'm like, okay, well, she picked this time, so we're going to roll with this time. So good. Yeah, where you end up going?
I just came back from Denver, Colorado. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, what's going on out there?
It was like a little influencer meetup. I was out there with like different influencers and stuff. I wouldn't recommend Denver as a city. Probably never going back there.
Uh-oh.
But the event was pretty cool, and I got to network with like a lot of other influencers, so it's cool.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so first let me get a little rundown of you. I know been going back and forth on social media, but the stuff that I found, I was like, you went to Kennesaw and I was at Kennesaw, I never saw you. So give me a rundown of who you are and what you do.
Yeah, so I did go to Kennesaw. I actually just graduated, and I just graduated this like a couple weeks ago, May 12th. And right now I own my own business in credit. So I help people with credit repair, credit funding. Probably never see me on campus unless I was shooting public interviews and going asking people questions because I'd never be there. I took all my classes online after COVID happened so I can lock in and devote all of my time to growing my business. And yeah, so I kind of took my life and wanted to put my direct focus on growing my business rather than focusing on school because I decided that this was what I wanted to do. And yeah, that's a little bit about me as far as my businesses. I help people like with small business funding. That means that funding means that I help you acquire like lines of credit, loans, credit cards, so you can go and utilize that to grow your business. And so a lot of people don't know about credit, so they struggle growing their business because they don't have enough capital to do it. So I actually help those people get that capital.
Awesome. And it's called Level Up Empire?
Yeah, Level Up Empire.
Where you get the name from?
So it's funny because my old Instagram handle used to be Loyal Lyssa, and I don't know why. Like I had no idea why I named it that. I was just like, I'm loyal, you know what I'm saying, Loyal Lyssa. And one day I was just brainstorming because I was wanting to build a brand for myself. And I felt like Level Up is something that defined me because I always help other people around me like really get to their next level in their life, reach new goals in their life. And so I wanted to make sure it's something that actually defined me as a person, that to be my brand, right? So that's really where it came from.
And how long have you been doing it?
I've been doing it maybe I started like 2019, so a couple years now.
Fairly new. Okay. Who gave you like the idea, motivation wise? Because I know a lot of people. How old are you?
21.
Yeah. So a lot of people around like our age, they know a little bit about it, but that's not a topic that they touch on too much. You know what I mean? From the
Yeah.
that I've been seeing, like y'all gotta check her page out too. But the videos you'll ask like certain options, then they'll be like the what's the quickest way to make $100? And then most of them like our age was saying scam it, and I'm like, okay, come on now, y'all. Y'all representing us bad. So
Yeah.
what gave you an idea to go ahead and go with credit?
Well, at first I started off in marketing. So my mentor, his name's Coolest Nerd Ever. I started off doing like marketing, web design, things like that. And I realized a lot of the companies, the small businesses that we were making websites for, actually had no money to scale their business. Right. And that's really where I like ran into my credit mentors, Sean and Ruben, where I learned about the power of credit and how you actually need it to start a business. Like, I think a lot of people have an idea, they feel like the idea is really good, and they just try to act on it, but really don't have enough money to do it. And that's why most small businesses fail, because they have lack of capital. Like 95% of small businesses fail because they don't have enough money to keep up with scaling their brand or their business. So that's when you utilize credit. And I started to understand how important credit was at a very young age. Because of that, I saw so many small businesses not being able to succeed. And I was like, yo, that'd never be me. I said, that'd never be me. And then I realized my family, I'm like, they didn't have really good credit either. So me learning how to fix credit allowed me to go fix my mom's credit, my aunt's credit, and like just, getting my whole family right to put them in a whole different position in life. And then that really showed me how many people I can be impacting just by learning the skill of credit.
So when you say fix their credit, what all does that fall under?
Yeah, so fixing credit, that means that you have any type of negative item on your credit report, meaning like a derogatory remark, a collection account, late payments, a whole bunch of inquiries because you went to the car dealership and let them run it up. You know what I'm saying? That's basically, you typically have bad credit if you have fallen under any of those. Like, even if you just have one, you need to get it removed because it's going to prevent you from really opening any new credit lines. So what I would do in that process, I would go and like consult them through that and actually help them dispute those things off of their report. So I'd be communicating directly like for them on their behalf to the credit bureaus to dispute the negative items off of their report. And that's pretty much how that process works. After the items are removed, then I actually consult them and help them build a stronger profile so they could start doing things like getting a new car or building business credit so they can go ahead and invest in their brand and everything like that.
So how has going to Kennesaw helped with that? Because I know they're not teaching credit courses at Kennesaw.
Yeah, Kennesaw, I wouldn't say helped me directly with growing my business or my brand at all. I feel like going to college helped me gain like people skills that's needed when you own a business. I feel like I have friends that are not inside of college that are just strictly business, and they aren't able to communicate with their clients or their customers like I am, just because those people were just my peers, right? So I have a better understanding of their needs and their wants just because I went to school with them and they're my peers. So I know exactly how to help them and how to communicate with them and how to market to them as well. So
you went to online classes all the years at Kennesaw?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah. Like I actually was an RA, so I went to I was an RA for like 2 years. So my first year I was an RA. I stayed on campus. All my classes were in person. My second year I was a RA. My third year I was an RA too. And I would have a mixture of online and in-person classes. But like my last year I barely touched campus at all. I think I had one class on campus. It was a hybrid class because they didn't offer fully online. I was mad. I was super mad about that. But other than that, like I'd be on campus. Like I was really involved with campus life because I was an RA at one point, and that again gave me a better understanding of how to communicate with people, how to grow meaningful relationships with others, and make sure like I'm able to help them with their needs. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So what's the difference between, I'm going to give you credit talk. I got to.
Yeah, you good.
Between the FICO, TransUnion, and Equifax.
Yeah. So we have 3 different credit bureaus. So we have the Equifax, we have Experian, and we have TransUnion. Okay? When it comes to your FICO score, your FICO score is your actual credit score. You actually have like a few different FICO scores. It's a lot. You have FICO 8, FICO 10. It's so many. But all you need to know is that your FICO score is your real credit score. So people use Credit Karma. That's actually not showing your real credit score. Credit Karma is showing your Vantage score. Okay. And that's just an estimate of what they assume your credit is like. It's something that they check and refresh every day, where your actual FICO score is really only refreshed once a month, right? So when you go to the car dealership or you go to Chase asking them for a loan, or any lender, they're going to pull your FICO score, and depending on what you're asking for, meaning that if you're asking for an auto loan, they're going to pull for a specific FICO score, which is like your auto score, which is a variation of 2 FICO scores. I believe it's 8 and 5. it's just so many numbers that you don't really need to know. All you need to know, the basics, is that your FICO score is really the real score that the credit bureaus see, the lenders actually see, right? And again, the 3 credit bureaus are Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion.
Right. So if I'm looking to purchase a house, which I plan on near future, would I need to clear out my credit first and then go for it, or do you think I should just keep doing my payments and still go ahead and apply to get the house?
Well, that really depends. Like, one of the biggest factors in trying to get a house is your DTI, which is your debt to income ratio, right? So let's say you have a lot of student loans, which actually prevents a lot of people from getting a house, and they're not having a lot of income coming in, annually. Then that actually prevents you from getting a house because your debt to income ratio is too high. Right. So in certain cases, if you don't have a lot of income, then it's best to go ahead and either get those lines of credit removed, so you can get student loans removed from your credit profile, and so it can actually help with your debt to income ratio, or go ahead and pay those lines of credit off, so then your debt to income ratio is lowered. And then other than that, you want to make sure you have low utilization and you don't have like any type of derogatory remarks either on your credit report. But it is important that you have a thicker credit profile. So what that means is that you just don't have one credit card that you had since you're 18 just sitting on your report. It's important that you have multiple different lines of credit, different credit cards, different loans. You know what I'm saying? Because you need diversity, and you need it to be thicker for you to get approved for what you want to get approved for, especially depending on if you want a really nice house in Atlanta, you're going to be coming off of some bread,
How many lines of credit do you recommend?
Really, if you want to, it really depends on what you're going for.
But all of it, because I know you just mentioned loans too. So how many on average do you think of each someone should have on their report?
A average report, you can see it even when you go to Credit Karma. Credit Karma, like I said, I'm not gonna shit on it all the way people say never to use it. I say you can use it because it actually has some good information on there. But if you go to Credit Karma, and you'll be able to see where it says amount of accounts, I believe is what it's called, and it'll let you know if you're either red, yellow, or green. And when you get in the green on Credit Karma, you have to have 10 plus accounts, or I believe it's 15 plus. Right now, that's like you have a really amazing profile. Now, not a lot of people can manage that many accounts and cards like that. You know what I'm saying? If you're not really super financially responsible, I'd say like maybe 7 accounts might be good. If you have multiple credit cards, just make sure you have some type of diversity, meaning you have like loans or auto loan on there. That's really going to help because, like I said, you kind of have sectors of different scores, and I explained that inside of my free course. That so you can understand the importance of having a diversity of your credit profile.
And where can we find the free course?
Oh yeah, it's inside of my bio. So in my bio, there's a link to my free group chat, and a whole bunch of information's in there. So like a free course that I drop exclusively for everybody inside my group chat, in there as well. So it's like one of my first links in my bio.
Now back to college, I do want to say congratulations. I did see your post, and you put a little bit of what all you've accomplished under there. I know one of them that I saw was helping to fund businesses.
Yeah.
Go into particulars about which business that your fondest business that you worked with.
Yeah, so as far as helping businesses being fun, I've helped a lot of different businesses. I think one of the most important ones that I've helped was my brothers. Because, that was just something that was, for me, was really big. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I helped my brother from start to finish as far as building his credit profile, getting because he's younger than me. So getting a thicker credit profile and everything like that, and helping him fund his business was something that really helped my heart, honestly. Other businesses I've helped, but, I feel like that was my most valuable person that I've helped just because it meant so much to me. Other than that, I love helping other businesses as well. But yeah, it's super cool, being able to help people get credit cards and lines of credit, and then kind of teaching them how to utilize the lines of credit as well. Of course, it goes a long way. So,
where do you see your business going within the next couple of years? Because you only been around for a few years and you already growing great.
Yeah. So like for right now, I've actually been like really locking in on my personal brand. As far as growing my personal brand, and really where I see myself growing is just really having an omnipresence on like all platforms. And I just want when people see my name, they see like Level Up, that they are able to really correlate that to somebody who's going to help them grow. And that's really where I see myself in a couple of years, is being able to help people grow in different aspects of their life, and being a good influence on other people who are trying to start their own business.
That's amazing. I see that you worked with David Shands, Robbie World, Trey Bills, all these influencers. So you definitely doing the thing.
Yeah, so I just been going through like this whole summer, ever since I graduated, since the 12th. I've been I went to Houston. I'm leaving for Vegas on Thursday. I've been to Colorado. I just been back and forth. I've not been home. This is like one of my first times I've been home, just because I've been going out to different cities to collaborate with these other influencers and get videos with them as well. Because again, like I said, I've been trying to lock into my personal brand. I really want my personal brand to like grow. I want an omnipresence on all platforms. I want to be able to influence as many people as possible. And like, that's really like my entire goal, is to be able to get as much influence as possible so that I'm able to impact as many people.
And my thing with you on why I asked you to do the interview is because I have talked to different influencers, and you know, they'll do the basic like OnlyFans and all of this stuff, and you know, but you in particular, you're going for credit, and that is something like super positive. Not to talk about anybody's hustle. Mm-hmm. Credit is something that every single person in the world needs. So I do congratulate you, especially being Black, doing it as well too, because we need more people like us doing that in the industry. So
yeah,
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so back to credit, the 30% rule, I think it's 30%. You know how they'll say that you should spend a certain amount. Yeah. You get a max, and then you should spend a certain percentage of that. Is that true? And what's the percentage?
All right, so this is something that everyone goes back and forth about. Like, should you be using 30% of your credit card or not? How much should you be using? Right. Well, the real thing is, when you let your credit card report to your credit profile, it's gonna report to your credit report once a month on that statement date. Okay. You really want it to be underneath 10% when it reports. If it's any higher than that, then you're going to risk not being able to get any other lines of credit during that time. The month it refreshes every month on that statement date, which is different from the date you pay your minimum payment. So you'll be able to find your statement date either on your app, or you'll be able to give them a call to get your statement date. But I recommend that everyone knows when their statement date is, because that's actually when you want to have your card paid down by. Now, it's like I go over my 30% all the time on my credit cards, like almost every month. But it doesn't matter how much you use of your credit card, as long as it's paid down on your statement date, because that's the date it reports. So really, if you want to get higher limits on your credit cards, I think that a lot of time people are like, okay, I'm only going to use it for gas, and they have $1,000 credit card, and they're never able to get a credit limit increase because they barely use the card. Well, in order to get like credit limit increases very quickly, the trick is to really utilize the card to fullest potential. So what I do, I literally tell my mentees, once you get a card, you can go max out the card and pay the card off in full. You pay it off in full. You don't pay any interest on it. So you max off the card, you pay it off in full. What this shows is that you're able to manage that $1,000 limit, right?
Right.
So other people who aren't able to, who don't use the entire limit of the card, it basically is showing that, well, it doesn't look like you need the rest of this money. Why would I lend you anymore? Right? Someone who maxes out the card, it looks like they need it, and they're also paying them back in full. The credit lenders, their whole goal is to get interest off of you, right? So meaning if you're paying them back in full, they haven't got any interest off of you, they're going to give you a higher credit limit to see something that you won't be able to manage, right? Now, other people, they're probably like letting that card sit past the statement date, getting interest on it. They're already making money off of you, so why would they give you a higher credit limit, right? Yeah. So the whole key of the game is you have to utilize it to your benefit, depending on what you want to do with your credit report, like with your credit score. I personally think that credit should be used to build wealth. Credit should be used to make you more money, not just to be used to go buy a new belt. Don't buy that Frenchie with your credit card, like you should be utilizing it so you can figure out different assets that can produce you more income. And if you do it that way, then you'll be able to start making more money because you're able to leverage OPM, which is other people's money, to start making yourself more money. So
yeah, and I see that you've been able to travel really at little to no cost. Has this been with using the other people money scenario?
Yeah, so like that's a whole different sector of like credit. So inside of credit, there's something that's called travel hacking. Now you don't need credit cards to do this, but having credit cards allows you to utilize their points, their benefits, different statuses at different hotels, to help you get lower rates on these hotels, right? So I'm able to utilize and leverage my credit as well. Not only am I doing the spending on it, but they're paying me to utilize and spend money that I was going to spend anyways. There's other strategies that's like, it's called manufacturer spending. Manufacturer spending is basically when you spend money on your credit card, but you never have to pay it back with your own money. Mm-hmm. So there's like a whole bunch of different strategies as well. But when it comes to credit, there's so many different things that you can do with it to utilize it for your benefit. So you can go book free flights, you can go travel the world, you can make money off of it, and literally start seeking financial freedom. So
dope. And for someone that wants to like book your course, do you walk them through doing this?
Exactly.
You do?
So people that work with me, one-on-one mentorships, I literally guide them through on how to, one, I'll help them fix their credit. So if they have bad credit, I'll help them fix their credit. Two, I'll literally teach them how to build their credit. So I'll let them know the exact cards that they should be applying for, when, how, and then remove those inquiries after applying for those cards. I help them establish funding and then find a source of income that then they can utilize their credit that we just got them to help them make more money. So it's really like a whole end-to-end service working with me for mentorship. So you won't leave the mentorship broke.
On average, how long does it take? Like months, weeks?
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on someone's credit profile. You know what I'm saying? Like credit is such a vast subject. If someone has bad credit, it's going to take longer. Right? Because you have to wait for the credit to be fixed. If someone has good credit, but they only have one credit card, then we have to go ahead and build that credit profile out. And then I have people that already have a pretty decent profile where I can go ahead and right away give them some funding, and then we can get right to the bag. So
where do you see yourself going as far as, I know you said you wanted to work with other influencers. Do you see yourself working with influencers in Georgia, and have you already?
Yeah, I see myself going a little deeper into the YouTube space. I was literally yesterday, I was just brainstorming about how I can, like different videos I can make that really make me stand out. Like I feel like my specific niche is already very different from the other influencers out there. So I feel like the type of YouTube videos that I'll be able to put out there will be a combination of both entertaining and educational. And that's really what I wanted to do with my brand, is be entertaining, because I feel like that is really what embodied me. I never seen myself as somebody who just got on Instagram and just like, oh, I'm just going to sit here and give y'all the game. Like that's cool. Like I do it sometimes, but like to me, it's just boring. And I just feel like people are more likely to engage and are more receptive to you if you're able to entertain them as well as educate them. So that's really where I plan on going, is like growing my YouTube channel. And of course I plan on collaborating with influencers along the way of growing my YouTube channel, but that's where my main focus is just growing my brand, period. So yeah.
The events that you're finding and traveling to, where are you finding them at?
Yeah, so sometimes it's hard. No, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it's hard. Like at this point, I've been able to collaborate and meet other influencers that are like living in these different states. So like at this point, I'm getting like invited to some of these events that are going on. Like I just wouldn't know about it if I didn't like meet them before. I'll meet them. Like I'll literally meet somebody who's an influencer. They're like, oh, we're having this event. I'm like, all right, bet. Like I don't even look it up. I literally just go buy my plane ticket right away. Like, cause like I literally move everything. Everything's with a sense of urgency. Like that's really how you have to move, depending on, you know, like if you really want to be successful, you have to move with a very, very keen sense of urgency. Some of these events I'm not supposed to be at. and I just figure out a way to get in because that's how I'm trying to grow my brand. And so as long as people are able to see your face consistently, then they start wondering like, who is that? You know what I'm saying? And so that honestly, that's how it's been going on. I just been networking, and then along the way they like send me these events. I might do some research online, look at the other influencers pages. Like, you got to do research. You got to look at their YouTube, their Instagram, see what they're posting, see, okay, like, where is that at? And then try to figure out where exactly you can go pull up and get the best bang out of your buck and really do what you need to do for your brand.
But when you're not doing credit, what are you doing? Like, what are your other hobbies and stuff that you do to relax yourself? So a lot of people don't know this, but I started out like entrepreneurship because I actually wanted to do music. So like I make music and like fashion and stuff too. So after I grow my brand, I'm probably gonna transition my brand to being more like lifestyle, like posting like pictures like fashion and things like that. And that's really where I see myself going, within the next couple of years. And yeah, that's pretty much what I do in my free time. Is there anyone that influences you? I know you talked about your mentors, but is there anyone else besides them?
Yeah, so there's a lot of people that influence me. I would say that one of my like biggest influences is my older brother. They influence me a lot. And also I would say like the Circle of CEOs, which is like a group of CEOs in Atlanta. And one of my biggest things, like, all right, I'm gonna network with them, and I'm gonna try to get in the room as much as possible until they know me. And I've been doing that within like the last couple of months, and now I'm able to like communicate with them. They follow me back and everything. So like that to me just shows like you put in the work, then people are gonna show you that respect after you put in the work. So
good, dope. Do you have any advice for anyone that wants to get into doing credit like you?
Yeah, I would say like credit there's so much to do. So like I say figure out what exactly you want to do first. Like either you want to do credit repair, you want to do funding, either you just want to use credit just for yourself and so you can grow your own business. Then after you figure out what you want to do with it, then you find a mentor right away. Like I've never done anything without a mentor. I always pay them their price. And if you don't have enough money to, like my first mentor, I paid them off my credit card. It was $10,000. Paid them straight off my credit cards. Maxed out all my cards when I did that. But I just had the belief to do it. You know what I'm saying? And so you have to believe in yourself. And I say you always pay someone who knows more than you their price. And then you'll be able to really level up and learn more information so you can start making more money. You can start establishing more credit lines. You can start like seeing life from a different perspective. And I feel like that's the biggest thing of working with mentors is that you can kind of see how your life could be different after being able to communicate with somebody so high level. Like one of my mentors, like 23, bro, a multi-millionaire, you know what I'm saying? And like for me, that gave me perspective that I could be doing that same thing in 2 years, you know what I'm saying? So without working with people so closely, you would never be able to see that.
Yeah. What's your social medias? Where else can we find you besides Instagram?
Oh yeah, I'm on TikTok, Instagram. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. I just made a Twitter. I don't know if I'm gonna post on there or not, but all my handles are the same. Level Up Lyssa with no E's. So yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you so much for sitting down and talking with me. Finally, after going back and forth for a little minute. But yeah, I appreciate you. You really gave me some knowledge, and I know you gave the viewers some knowledge as well. So thank you so much, and congratulations to everything that you're doing.
Hey, thank you so much for having me on here. So I appreciate it.
Okay, cool. See you later.
All right, bye.
All right, y'all, that is a wrap up of our interview with Level Up Lyssa. Make sure y'all keep up with her, follow her on her Instagram page, and she's also on YouTube as well. So keep up with her through that. And I thank y'all so much for tuning in for another episode of More Than a Creator. Make sure you follow me on Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can make sure that you see the rest of the episode in case you came in halfway through, came in a little late, or even if you had to leave. It'll be posted on my YouTube channel at Summer Christiana. So y'all have an amazing day. Remember, summer's only one season, but stick with me where it's summer year round.